Cooking is really hard.
You've never made a steak before.
And it's dangerous and exhausting. Oh! What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. On this episode of Challenge Accepted, I am going to be doing something I have wanted to do for a really long time. For the next week, I am going to be training like a professional chef at the New School of Cooking at Pasadena. At the end of the challenge, I am going to have to create and present a 4-course meal to a panel of food critics.
My name is Joel Davis. I'm a chef instructor here at the New School of Cooking. I'm also a personal chef. And this week I'll be teaching Michelle how to cook in my class as if she was just one of my students.
I think it's one thing learning how to cook, following recipes. It's another when you have to create high quality restaurant style dishes for people who critique these dishes all the time.
So a normal chef curriculum takes about 900 hours. Boiling down 900 hours into 1 week is intense. I've never prepared anyone to cook for a critic in this short amount of time.
Cooking is something that's a complex relationship for me.
How would you describe my cooking?
The only thing I've ever seen you make is chicken.
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 I basically make grilled chicken and grilled vegetables and just put different pre-made seasonings on them.
Every day Michelle cooks chicken, so this week we're not doing that at all.
I want to be able to make my own fancy restaurant food at home. And I would love to better understand that world and not have it feel so intimidating. Thank you for being here with me, first of all.
Oh yeah, no problem.
And I apologize in advance for anything that I mess up or burn.
Oh please,
Okay.
I deal with that every day.
Really?
Yeah, every
Then
single
why
day.
are you teaching
Why am I
me?
teaching every day? So I can prevent that from happening.
Okay, cool. Okay.
One of the things that we do on the first day of culinary school is walk everyone around the kitchen. Here we have like these big tables, so they're really good for rolling doughs, doing any kind of pastry work. Stoves, big, massive
Wow.
ranges. Yeah, we're not kidding around here. Like this is actually like
Yeah.
real stuff. This is actually
Literally, what is...
These
this looks
are-
like you could put a body in there and like cremate it.
bread and pizza.
Okay, bread and pizza.
Yeah, bread and pizza oven. I've cut myself a couple times. I have stitches there. This one, I actually like almost took my whole finger off, and it was like, we need to go to the hospital. I was like, oh shoot. I was the only one in my culinary school class to actually run and go get stitches. Don't worry, we won't be doing it too dangerously.
Is that your like horror story you tell before you teach knife skills to people?
That's one of them. That's one of them.
There are multiple?
So this week we're gonna start off having her learn the fundamentals. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set up our station. I take some paper towels and you wet it.
Okay.
And then you wring them out. We're gonna put these underneath the cutting boards to give it a little bit more stability. Do that, and then that. See now, it's a lot more stable. It still moves, but it's just a lot more stable.
Mine definitely moves when I'm at home. I've never thought to do this.
Knives are weighted in the center. This is where you want your finger to go. And you grip it, like that.
Ooh.
And then you go down as if it is a feather. You want to let the knife do the work. Take your fingers and grip it like this. And see this knuckle? That's the thing that you're gonna anchor on.
To guide it?
Yeah, so that way your fingers are out of the way. So there's 4 cuts that we do. It's a julienne, a bâtonnet, a macédoine, and a brunoise.
This is just for carrot?
Yeah, no, it's for any cut. It's not just for a carrot.
Is that a julienne?
That was a slice.
Okay, so that's not even in the list.
Yours look way better than mine.
Yours don't look too bad. I'll give you an 8.
I think it's a 5.
This is really, really nice, really fresh albacore tuna. When you smell it, it doesn't smell like anything.
Yeah, it doesn't smell fishy.
Yeah, you don't want to, if it smells fishy, it's bad. So there's this funny idea about how long this stuff takes to cook. It doesn't take long at all. You just want that sear taste, and then you want the beautiful red and like the beautiful purple in the middle. I love to have things be aesthetically pleasing, especially with this scenario where we're creating something for a critic. That's great, it's even, look at that. Like it's actually an even piece.
Yay.
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and salt both sides of those things?
Okay, cool.
And I'll show you the right way to salt them. I just hold it in my hand and kind of like go like that. And like
okay.
do the whole thing. Perfect. We're gonna get some paper towels and make sure it's dry before it hits the flame because it'll stick if it's wet. Because if it's water and then you hit it with oil, not only is it gonna splash in your face, but it's gonna stick right to the thing and you're never gonna be able to lift that up. So I'm gonna grab some paper
I'm
towels.
literally doing everything wrong.
There you go, give it a shake. Flip it. Yeah. Perfect, and it didn't stick.
That was so easy.
Yeah, because all you want is just that really light sear. What I want to do underneath the fish is a beautiful bed of cucumber and avocado. Have you ever worked with an avocado before?
Yes, but I'm probably doing it wrong as I'm learning many things today.
So one of the things that people do a lot is they go like that.
Woo!
That's exactly the reaction that I have normally. Gently put your knife on it and rock it in, okay, until it gets in there. And then twist. Yeah. And then it comes out like.
These don't seem super seedy
Yeah.
after all.
Yeah, they're not seedy at all. They're definitely like, you know, pretty straightforward.
Chef joke by Chef Joel. I hope that Silas like puts a graphic in that's like a freeze frame of your face and then like a script text that's like Chef joke.
So, you want to plate?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm ready for this.
All right, so let me show you how we're gonna plate this stuff. So you always want to start from obviously the bottom up.
Okay.
Okay, so be about 5 or 6 bites, and that's about it. I'm gonna start making a little well, and I always like to kind of think of it as like a rule of thirds. Everything in odd numbers always looks really, really good. Start placing in the center. A lot of times chefs will do this with pliers or chopsticks even. I used to actually do this with chopsticks. It almost kind of looks like a little flower in a way. And then I'll have my fish. Expose that. And you have it all in one piece, just like that.
Hell yeah.
And this is the dish that you're gonna serve.
Okay.
Okay, do you think you can make something almost similar to this?
Yeah, should I do that or do my own version?
I'd love to see your own version.
Okay, I have an idea.
Perfect.
That was fun. I like that. That was the funnest part.
But that looks awesome. I mean, you actually even did 5 things, like you did an
I
odd
know,
number.
but now you can't see them. I'm sad.
But that's
I feel like I
okay.
should have put the fish on the outside or something.
But that's okay. It's right here and it's right center. It's not messy. It's perfect.
This is gonna be captioned, "Call me Gordon Ramsay." Oh my God. This is so good. I am home from the first day with Chef Joel, which was amazing. And I'm really excited to apply some of the lessons that I learned in my own kitchen with Matt. Everyone say hi to Matt. Hi, Matt. Okay, that was weird. I am going to be making a Blue Apron recipe. Their fresh basil fettuccine, which looks amazing. And if you want to try this recipe yourself once you see it when it's done, you can sign up via the link in my description. And the first 50 people to do so will get $50 off their first 2 weeks of Blue Apron. If you're like me, you eat a lot, grocery bills are expensive, could be a great way to save a couple bucks. They also come with everything like perfectly portioned out. Matt, I hope that you like this brief journey into me making other things.
I'm excited to see something new besides chicken and spinach.
You don't have to eat what I cook, okay? First thing Chef Joel taught me is prepare the workstation. I do like Chef Joel's suggestion of having like a trash bowl because I usually just kind of like siphon things off to the corner of the cutting board. So one of the things I actually really like about Blue Apron is that every week the recipes change. My personal favorite part about this whole thing is that all of the meals can be prepared in 40 minutes or less. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's really good.
Pasta is a different medium, so you're working with flours. You're working with different textures.
Last night, I made a Blue Apron pasta recipe.
Okay.
I think it went pretty well, but I've always wanted to like make it homemade, but
Yeah.
it seems like a really daunting process, so.
Not at all. So this pasta involves a lot of egg yolks. And so we're gonna crack our eggs in here. I'm gonna do the whole one first, okay? And then I'm gonna do 6 egg yolks. So just drop it in your hand. There you go.
Oh,
and let it run
God.
through your finger.
This feels so weird.
No one said anything about cooking or baking is gonna be clean.
Is this making me realize I have no concept on where pasta comes from, like at all? Like, what the heck is this?
You'll see it turn into pasta shortly, I promise. Now comes the really, really fun part. I'm gonna break each egg yolk. Okay, this is why I like doing it with my fingers. Okay? You're gonna really get in there. Watch my moves. So you get in there with like maybe a couple fingers, 2 or 3, and you start working in the flour from the side. So
Can you just like wipe your hands off? Is it okay if I do?
Yeah, totally. Wipe your hands off on your coat.
Covered in eggs. Ew.
So you're gonna get something that kind of looks like this. You see how mine's coming together like a ball?
Yeah,
It's exactly
I'm not
what
quite
you're
there.
just gonna start doing that. That's great, look at that. We actually have to roll these into a sheet. I wanna start by showing you our little handy dandy pasta roller attachments. I'm just gonna go right through.
That is fun.
like that.
That's fun.
Different feature, different function.
That is so satisfying.
And then you just take it and dredge it in some of the flour.
Whoa.
And just let it hang out like that. And you're like cooking like a pro right now.
Oh, that's so cool.
Why don't we do the mushroom cream sauce?
Yes.
Ready? This sauce doesn't take very long either. So once you put the cream in, it just reduces the cream a little bit until it forms something really thick. Oh my God, that smell is like intoxicating.
Wow.
The pasta lesson really made me appreciate care and time and thoughtfulness into food in a way that I hadn't before.
Oh my God.
Did you try it?
It's so good.
So when you make this, you're actually like, Michelle made this. Like she made this with her own 2 hands. Put together something brilliant that not very many people actually know how to do or take the time to do.
Halfway through the challenge, I got to work in the restaurant at the New School of Cooking, Pasadena.
Today, we're bringing Michelle into a pop-up kitchen in our kitchen downstairs. What she doesn't know is that we're not just gonna put her in there, we're actually gonna throw her on the line and she's gonna have to execute some dishes for the public.
So now I got 1 rolling, 2 eggplant, 1 pasta, pepper, okay? Is there tomato sauce for this? Awesome, let's grab some pasta rolls.
Everything's moving so fast. Everyone seems pretty on edge.
Oh my God, you made that? There were flavors there I haven't tasted before. It was amazing. Oh my God.
It's a Louisiana style. Louisiana,
That's from. That was so good.
So Michelle was really great on her feet when she was on the line. It had to be done really fast and she got it within a matter of 3 minutes to get her order out. And so she did really, really, really well.
On the Food Network, kitchens seem really hectic. I can't imagine cooking for hundreds of people every night. To watch the students and the teachers do that so well was really inspiring and also a big wake-up call.
So we're gonna be doing a filet, so I wanna show her that it's just so easy to not overcook these things, and it actually can cook really fast. We are in steak territory. We have a loin, and we're gonna be dividing this up because we're making this for 3 critics. Whenever you do it, you always wanna do it in a range of about 2 fingers. Aesthetically, we're gonna want this to just look like this when we serve it to someone. We're gonna work with the high heat for a short amount of time because what it's gonna do is it's give us a nice beautiful crust on the outside, and then what that's gonna give us is a nice really amazing pink inside. This actually has been out of the refrigerator for about half an hour, and that's good because you want it to be room temperature because it's gonna cook more evenly. Perfect, perfect. Okay, give yours like a little bit of a, there we go, now it's not stuck. Great, that's a perfect brown. But we have one more thing I wanted to do on the side. These are baby carrots. I want you to make these A-peeling. Get it?
Chef Joe. So sexy carrots.
Sexy, so sexy carrot is hold it by the top and just go all the way down. I want you to get one long length.
This looks good. Like that is art.
Since we're kind of in this mode, let's go like this. And the inside has that really beautiful yellow center, you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a trick, ice water. In about 10, 20 minutes, these will actually start to curl. So we'll use these as a little bit of a garnish on the plate.
I never knew that's how
Yeah.
chefs got carrots to curl. That's so cool.
The most frustrating part of the steak dish was plating it. I'm not sold.
You're not sold?
No.
What are you not sold on? Is it the carrots?
The ribbons are fine. I also just think the steak doesn't look cleanly placed.
It's
This is
really
really
difficult,
hard.
yeah.
It's frustrating because like you work so hard to do all this.
Today, Michelle was just a little bit taken back by the difficulty in plating. It is a really important factor because you eat with your eyes. Michelle is gonna see that she's gonna have to be really creative when it comes to plating. It takes a while. This isn't actually something that you develop instantly. To make a really good chef, you can do all the fundamentals, you can cook, you can execute something in a restaurant, but to make a great, outstanding chef, you can also bake.
Dessert!
Yes!
We're finally here. I've been waiting for this all week. I'm so excited.
I'm really excited about this dessert, especially since we're gonna do a couple of them, and this is gonna like fill every chocolate fantasy I think you've ever had. I'm gonna show her how to make a chocolate mousse. It will have the same consistency as a really nice soft serve ice cream. We're also gonna be making a dessert composed of the same ingredients as an Oreo. You can feel that, it's very soft and very buttery.
Yeah.
So then we can move on to the mousse. I'm gonna whisk it like this and get the air in, okay? I'm making a circle.
My arms are so sore.
Incorporate as much air as you can. Air is actually working into the protein structure of the egg whites. That's what creates lift if you're not using any chemicals, if you're not using baking soda or baking powder.
It's stuff like that you don't learn from a recipe.
Oh, totally.
Like,
I mean, if anything, if you have like any stresses or like anything, this stuff just takes all of it out, especially when you know that you're exercising, but also you're gonna get the chocolate in the end. You're like, why not? Oh my God. I think I just lit the fire under your ass. Look at that.
I was thinking
Perfect.
about jury duty on Monday.
Oh, there you go.
So on shows like Top Chef,
Yeah.
when they're like, you have 30 minutes to cook a fish you've never seen. Is that real?
Yeah, and it's not fair either, but it's real.
Also, like, where do the kids on MasterChef Junior come from?
I have no idea. So the dessert's all done. You don't have to make another one. Unless you want to and you just want to take it home and like eat it like, you know, tonight watching Sex and the City or something, but like that's what I would do.
Wait, you watch Sex and the City? Of course you do.
Yeah, of course I do, why not?
Who's your favorite?
It depends on the context. But I think I do like Charlotte, I think the most, because I feel like I resonate a little bit with her.
I do too.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a Charlotte.
Really? That's I think why we, you know, I think this is why we're kind of gelling.
I loved making the shortbread cookies, but I burned my thumb and it was really embarrassing.
Oh.
Of all the crazy things I've done on my channel, I thought like, okay, cooking, pretty procedural. No, cooking is really hard. I burnt it harder than I thought I did. It's a really stressful environment and exhausting mentally and physically.
You never use a rag that's hot, or I'm sorry, that's wet.
Oh.
So if you use a wet rag, the heat transfers from the water and burns the water, basically.
Sometimes I've gone to fancy restaurants and thought to myself, this dessert costs $12. And then after spending hours preparing my dessert, I get it. Today is the big day. The critics are coming in a few hours. I'm not feeling very confident. I've only done each thing once, and it wasn't even perfect every time. So you have to execute perfectly on the second try by myself. It's a bit daunting.
My name is Nguyen Tran. I'm the Chief Instigating Officer of Starry Kitchen, which became the #1 Asian fusion restaurant listing in all of LA and Yelp.
My name is Jeff Miller. I'm a longtime food and travel journalist. I hosted a show on the cooking channel called Trip Tasters.
Hi, I'm Matt. I have absolutely no background in critiquing food. I'm actually the most important judge here because I am going to have to continue to eat Michelle's cooking even after today because we live together.
I'm so nervous.
When people love making what they do and there's a story behind it, that resonates with me the most.
People always think people who work in food want something fancy and that's elaborate. I would much rather have an amazing, simple dish than a not so great, very complicated dish.
I mean, I'm a fan of like burgers. I like pasta.
Ooh, food.
Oh shit, we're already
There's food coming.
So for the first course, you guys are gonna be having an albacore tuna on avocado and cilantro with a little bit of wasabi and some cool pickled cucumber.
I feel like the char is really good, but could use more sort of spice or some more flavor on the outside, like sesame seeds or even sesame oil or something to sort of bring out the fish a little more.
I'm all right with that, not having anything on the outside, contradicting my friend. I think it's a good sear. I actually think it could be seared a little bit better. And it's hard because you don't want to burn it, right?
Yeah.
But you know what I mean when you sear it, you know what I mean when there's a crust?
Yeah.
Like you're almost at the crust. A lot of times food's not about seasoning and all the different ingredients. Sometimes it is about just cooking. It's hard to describe, like when you get that unctuous bite when you eat something, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like it's almost there.
You're really the important one. What do you think?
This is good. I would eat this again.
Critical, that one over there.
Here we go, number 2.
So it's a homemade fettuccine with a mushroom cream sauce.
Looks really pretty. You did it like the nice twirl.
The sauce is really delicious. I think one of the mistakes that people make all the time is putting too much sauce on it. This, to me, is like the exact right amount of sauce.
What's this garnish you put on it? Chives, did you cut that? That's a really nice cut. That's really fine. You know what I like too is the different textures in it. The mushrooms, they're nice and springy. I like it a little more al dente.
I was gonna say the same thing, I agree. Just a little bit though.
But it's not overcooked. I think that's a matter of preference. It tastes really professional, to be honest with you. I can taste that you put care into this, and that means a lot to me.
It was delicious.
A man of many words, I love him.
Welcome to the third course. It is a filet, and on top there is a little bit of a red wine demi glaze.
I'm gonna be honest, I think it's a little overcooked. The flavor is really good, but it's definitely like a little drier than generally I would like.
The comment I made 2 dishes ago, this is the counter comment. The crust is really nice compared to the fish.
Well, after you guys said that about the fish, I was like, okay, we need to make sure the steak has the nice crunch on the outside.
You care.
So it was good feedback. I've never made a steak before.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's really important information. You've never made a steak before.
No.
Matt, compared to the other meals that you've had that Michelle's cooked for you.
This is like a 40 out of 10.
Wow.
So that's better than it's good. That's like, this is phenomenal.
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah.
Can we get a this is fucking great?
Come on.
Well, thank you so much. I'll let you guys finish, and I'm gonna get dessert ready.
Thank you. Oh, dessert. Yeah. Matt, yeah. Your girlfriend's awesome. Man, she's never cooked a steak before?
That's crazy.
That's awesome. Dessert, yay.
Dessert! I love Oreos, so I wanted to do a homemade Oreo with lemon curd on a bed of Oreo crumbles and a little bit of chocolate mousse on top.
I'm not usually a dessert person, but I love this. There's one touch about this that I love. A little bit of sea salt on the top.
Oh, good. I'm glad you like that. We were bringing them out and we almost forgot to put the sea salt on, so I was like, ah!
I love that you cooked from something that you knew and that you loved, and you reinvented it.
Oh, yeah. Mmm.
It's weird.
Delicious.
So I do have some thoughts on this because I'm not a fan of lemon, but I do like the lemon with this, which is very rare for me to like anything lemon.
Can I correct Matt's statement? It's fucking delicious. It's really fucking good. You did an amazing job, all 4 dishes.
The best part too is like, she took our comments and started like upping the game on the rest of the dishes.
Seriously, yeah.
Which is great. The willingness to learn and take critique and apply it means a lot more than your history and your ability. The last commenter that I would pay for this at a restaurant.
So are you saying Matt should pay me to cook now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. At least he should say he's gonna clean all of the dishes and all of the countertops.
Before this challenge, I definitely took for granted going to a restaurant and ordering something and getting to eat it. Now I see how much attention to detail and care is required in these really fancy modern dishes. Thank you so much to New School of Cooking in Pasadena, as well as Chef Joel. If you live in the Los Angeles area, be sure to check them out online and via all their social media, which is down below in my description. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment below with what you want to see next on Challenge Accepted. And as always, subscribe so we can keep on going on more adventures together. I also want to give a huge shout out to Melody Wong, Devin Dugard, and Andy Pavluk. Thank you so much for your support and for watching my channel. Bye.
It's the best way to tell that everything's gonna be right is if you touch it with your hands, because everything needs to be touched. Get used to touching everything with your hands. And like, if you have any like naysayers or like, oh, I can't believe you touched that, be like, well, you don't have to eat it then.